Hello everybody, Dog Skeleton here, and today I figured it would just be a good idea to go ahead and take a look at one of the new legendaries that's coming out, Elise Starseeker. So, Elise is one of two legendaries that's going to be released this week with League of Explorers, and she was the one that was, I believe, first presented during some event where Blizzard was streaming about the League of Explorers. Was that BlizzCon? Maybe it was PAX. Anyway, so Elise Starseeker, when you actually play her as a 4-mana 3/5, she gives you the map to the Golden Monkey, puts it into your deck, which is kind of important because that's an extra card you can actually draw. Though I believe the map to the Golden Monkey actually, what it goes ahead and does is gives you a card that draws another card. So map to the Golden Monkey. You might actually have to play the map before you draw the extra card, though. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so you have to shuffle this into your deck and draw a card. So this is actually another card in your deck. And then when you play that, you're going to go ahead and get the 6/6 Golden Monkey, which is a pretty solid card for 4 mana. Actually, it's just ridiculously powerful. If you can get it out, of course. So it's a 4 mana 6/6 with taunt that replaces your hand and deck with legendary minions. Which is interesting in many ways, and it's kind of hard to initially evaluate how good that really is. Um, just simply because you'd have to do a lot of math. It's like, what's the average legendary minion? We all know that a lot of legendaries, anyway, are pretty high on the mana curve, so I would think probably at least a 5 or 6 average mana cost, with a lot of good ones at like 7, 8, and 9. So when you play the Golden Monkey, it actually makes the rest of your cards in your deck pretty good. Though in constructed, they were probably already going to be pretty good as well. As a random legendary better than a card you actually put in your deck on average. It's probably depends a bit. So it kind of begs the question: is Elite Starseeker going to be any good? Actually, I think when I did my initial League of Explorers review video, I said that Elise probably wouldn't be that good simply because it's too slow to actually make it do anything. And a lot of people agree with me on that. Because you have to play Elise, draw the map, play the map for 2 mana, and then you get the Golden Monkey as a 4 mana 6/6. In a way, it's kind of like a 6 mana 6/6 because 2 mana for this map, which does nothing, and then 4 for the Golden Monkey as well. Though that said, you can use this as a filler card when you're like on turn 15, just to cycle through your deck, actually put the monkey in your deck, draw the monkey, etc. So let's go ahead and take a look at what some of these people down in the comment section have actually been saying. There was one guy who mentioned Raynad. I don't know if this is true at all. Okay, but Raynad said that this card was quoting this guy quoting Raynad, the most important card to come out in Hearthstone in a long time, since it will, quote, will give birth to new control decks that could not be built without her, especially fatigue decks. Um, so in a way that's not entirely untrue. Fatigue Priest, the reason it doesn't really work right now is there's not really many ways to get extra cards in your deck to make the fatigue not kill you, but kill your opponent. As a priest, at least. Rogues can do the mill thing because they have gang up, and basically that means 6 extra cards in their deck. Priests have Entomb now, sure, but that's just 1 extra card. Of course, like control priests that are just super heavy and go to the end of the game do work pretty decently right now, even. Will at least Starseeker actually be better? Will it make the priest a better idea? Uh, you know, I don't think adding the extra cards into the deck are actually really that important because if you really want to just fatigue your opponent, just play less card draw than they play, and then by the time they realize your fatigue deck, they'll have already drawn 2 or 3 extra cards, and that's really all you need to finish them off by fatigue. Well, that, or just have 1 extra surviving minion than they do, and then, well, they're going to take 4 damage a turn when it comes down to the last one. So yeah, this guy says, "Ooh, I've got the same idea in Warrior, not Priest." Obviously, I think people are in agreement that a card that relies on you going to turn 30 belongs in a control deck, except for these random people over here who think that it goes in aggro. I'm really curious. How do you make an aggro deck with this? How does that even make sense? I guess if you play tons of card draw like Cold Light Oracles, and then when you get to the 25th card in your deck, you want to make the last five count. I don't know. Maybe. It's not out of the question. Do. Anyone saying anything interesting? Elise is hot. Yep. Trolls. Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah. So if you craft the golden version of Elise Starseeker, I assume you obtain a golden map to the golden monkey and then a golden monkey. A golden monkey. So would all these cards you replace be golden cards? Yeah. Well, the answer to that is yes, of course. I don't actually think this guy below is right. I think that there's a normal golden monkey, namely because it's in a database. So yeah. Anyway, Elite Starseeker, is it actually going to be any good? I still have some doubts about it. Though that said, all the other legendaries have been really good. Sir Finley McGurgleton is actually sick in Shaman. Swap your totem for Hunter Hero power, and then you can go face. Um, Reno, everybody knows Reno is just cancerous. And then Brand Bronzebeard is quite solid in the right decks, like a Reno Warlock, or just a control Warlock in general. Well, no, not every control Warlock. Battlecry Shamans, Dragon Priests. That was a really powerful deck. Anyway, Elite Starseeker. You know, I'd say there's actually a chance that it's way more powerful than I'm giving it credit for, and anyone else is really giving it credit for, with the exception of Raynad, apparently. Um, just because, it's one thing to see a card on paper, it's another thing to see it in practice. A 3/5 is decent, gets you the map to the Golden Monkey, which you could use just as a spell. I mean, it's kind of like a Churn 10 Wild Growth, effectively. And then the 6/6 Taunt is actually pretty respectable. Uh, can't be BGH'd. A lot of stats. Bulky. It's pretty solid. Though, if you wouldn't play this deck, you would not give a crap about BGH because you would probably put more BGHable cards than one in the deck, simply because this effect is going to put about 7 more in the deck. With BGH, you either want to play tons of BGHable targets, like a handlock, or you don't want to play any at all. Or you just play Dr. Boom because Dr. Boom is still broken even if it gets BGH'd. In any case, I think that's enough ranting. What do you guys think? Is Elite Starseeker going to be great, good, playable, just garbage? I think it's going to be the weakest of the 4 so far. I don't know about Rafam, the archaeologist Rafam, whatever he is. I think these two are probably going to be the weakest out of the set. In any case, I've been Dark Skeleton. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.